Hi, and welcome back to Awakening to Your Story TV, the place to learn, get inspired, and be supported with heart centered solutions for your everyday life. Today, we are going to be talking about back to school stress because we all end up feeling the stress from back to school, whether you're a parent, you're a teacher, you're a student, or you're just somebody who is dealing with the increased traffic at this time of year. We all can feel that picked up energy around the start of something major, right? Like a school year. Now, when we're dealing with back to school stress, I was thinking about what I could offer you as some heart centered solutions. And my very first thing that I wanted to say was to make sure that you give yourself permission to take it one next logical step at a time. Now, I know that sounds simple, but when you have long laundry lists of things to do, when you've got stress and anxiety about the interactions that you're going to have, sometimes it can start to feel really overwhelming. And I want to remind you that you only have to take it one thought and feeling at a time, one next logical step forward. You can't do any more than that anyway. So give yourself permission to just choose to focus on that one thing that's in front of you. When you do that, it allows some of that chaos to kind of slow down, and it gives you an opportunity to come back into the present moment, right? So asking yourself, what is my next logical step forward, will kind of quiet it all down. And then you can really feel what is the most important thing for you to do next, right? Make sure you take some deep breaths and you allow yourself to really get back into that place of inner peace. Give yourself room to feel that and experience that, right? Now, when we talk about coming into the present moment, I decided the best thing for me to do, rather than giving you a laundry list of things that you can do to kind of deal with stress or manage stress, is to create a playlist. Because one of the things that I really try to do here on this channel is, and with Awakening to Your Story, is give you emotional tools that will help you in any situation. So I created a playlist for you that you can just watch on repeat, right? So you can put yourself in the way of these solution oriented things, right? To remind you to create space for your prefrontal cortex and allow your amygdala to quiet down, right? To choose to focus on all of the different things that you have power over when you want to be focusing on all the things you don't have power over, right? Those are just a few of the things that are woven into this playlist. I want to go through each video. If you go over to the link in the description to my blog, I've listed all of them out so you can pick and choose. You can also, when you head over to the link in below it for the playlist, you can actually choose which ones you want to watch, or you can have them run in the list in the order that I did, or you can even mix it up, right? Now, the first video, which I think is really powerful when we're talking about back to school stress, is about mindfulness and mental emotional time travel. Now, when you're using this as an emotional tool, what this does is it helps lower the stress and anxiety, because rather than being jerked around your timeline of your story, right? Rather than being in a place where you're fast forwarding ahead to things that you can't control, or you're replaying maybe negative things that happened last year or over the summer, it really helps you learn to come back into a place of power over your mind and your thoughts, right? It helps you step into a place of mindful connection with your heart and story, which is a game changer when it comes to stress and anxiety. The second video is actually about managing stress. So I did a video about managing stress, and I gave you two different kinds of stress and how to manage it, right? We are talking in the moment, acute stress. And then we also talk about long term ways to deal with stress, right? Because we have stress responses coming at us all of the time. And I want to make sure that you have information and heart centered solutions for both long term stress and moment by moment stress, right? So that's a really powerful tool when you're looking at back to school, when you have so many days ahead of you that could be filled with like positive, exciting adventure, right? That's where we want you to be. And so when you go and watch the stress video, it'll really help you lay out that timeline. The third video is about your emotional tool that is your inner voice. Now, the thing about the inner voice that's really going to help you in this frame of reference, right, with back to school, is about understanding that so often our inner voice runs on autopilot, which means our internal dialogue is narrating things to us that may not be serving us, that may be helping us to create additional stress, right? So when you go in and you activate your inner voice as an emotional tool and you shift that internal dialogue to one that is more conscious and heart centered, it's going to be a whole different game, right? When you're dealing with teachers or friends or other students or whomever you're working with in this time period of the year, right? Now, video number 4 is about understanding your point of reference. And this is a really powerful emotional tool because so often it is our point of reference that ends up determining how we feel about everything, about ourselves, about our situation, about everything you can imagine, right? So when you really have a deep understanding about your point of reference and you have the power to shift and choose it, it really helps serve what it is you're desiring, right? Because if you're feeling stress and anxiety, what is it that you want? You want peace. You want the ability to enjoy and feel better in your life and your surroundings, right? Understanding your point of reference will help you get there. Okay. Now, the 5th video is about your power to choose. And this is one of my very, very favorites when it comes to emotional tools. In this video, we talk about the 2 paths of thinking that are always an option for you, right? Your ability to choose which path of thinking you're going to walk down is a game changer. I know I'm saying all of these are a game changer because they really are. These tools are designed to really help you feel better in your life, no matter what you're doing, but especially around this time of year, right? So it lays out a very clear visual for you to adopt that will help you actively choose thoughts that feel better, right? We talk about the jellyfish beach and the pina colada beach. We talk about your ability to have both the positive and the negative thoughts always available to you. This idea that your prefrontal cortex is always an option and your amygdala, which is that fight, flight, or freeze, does not have to be activated when you're in the right frame of mind, right? When you're in a place where you have the power to really choose what you're thinking, when you have autonomy over the thoughts that are going on in your head, right? So that is a gift you can give to yourself this time of year. Okay. Now I added in the 6th one because I think so often, especially when we're starting something new, so often we find ourselves looking out at the world and looking in on ourselves through the filter of perfectionism. And that is a added layer of stress that you do not need right now. So this video is going to help you really dismantle perfectionism from the inside out and give you an opportunity again to have autonomy over what you're filtering your life through, right? Which will, if you can do that, if you can change that filter, if you can take that filter of perfectionism out of the equation for now, then you really are creating more space for yourself to feel better, right? To have a more peaceful transition into this new experience. And you are worth that. You deserve that. And it's totally within your reach. Okay. Now, I'm sure some of these videos, if you've been here with me for a while, are going to be review. But one of the things that I know for myself and I know for my clients is that the more you put yourself in the way of things that lead you back to your heart, the better you're going to feel, right? So play that playlist, and whether you're just watching them and taking notes and really paying attention like a student would, right? A student who's studying their heart and wanting to find their internal power. Or you're doing other things around the house, or you're studying, or whatever. If you have something positive like that playing in the background, then you're going to pick up on the rhythm of coming back to your heart, right? So even if they're a review, go watch, listen, put yourself in the way of as many things as you can that feel good. And remember to keep asking yourself, what is my next logical step forward? What can I do next that will feel good? What is the thought that I can reach for that will help me feel better, right? One next logical step at a time. That's all it takes, right? Now, I am here if you have questions. So if you are dealing with back to school stress, or if you are dealing with school stress or stress in general, whatever it may be, tell me in the comments. I will help you focus your attention back on your heart, because it's well within your reach to find those heart-centered solutions for even this kind of situation, right? So like and share this video. Tell me what you're thinking and feeling. You can subscribe to my emails and get them in your inbox every week. I am here for you. I'm here to help you. You are not alone. Okay. Until next time, know that I am holding a place of love for you, where school and this whole vibe of being a student, well, it feels like a wonderful adventure that you are up for.